Hello everybody, I'm Stuart Deming with XPLR.NASH. Right behind me is the Tennessee State Capitol. The Tennessee State Capitol is one of the oldest functioning Capitol buildings in the United States. It's also one of the only non-dome Capitol buildings in the United States. There's 12 Capitol buildings that don't have a dome. The Tennessee State Capitol was one of them. Construction started in 1845, finished in 1859. This is the fifth and final home for the Tennessee State Capitol here in the city of Nashville. It was all over Tennessee, but they decided to move it to Nashville because of the thriving metropolitan city that was about to grow. And they wanted the Capitol to be headquartered here in Nashville. This is also one of the only Capitol buildings that I know of that has dead people buried on the property. The city of Nashville has many nicknames. One of them is Athens of the South. There's two reasons that the city of Nashville is called Athens of the South. The first reason is right behind me for the Greek Revival architecture, as you can see depicted in these columns. The second reason is for the post-secondary education that the city offers. It's said that the city of Nashville has nearly 23 or more accredited universities and colleges in our town. The architect of this building was a guy named William Strickland. He was from Philadelphia, and he actually died during the construction of the building in 1854. And then there was a treasurer for the state of Tennessee named Samuel Morgan, and the treasurer and William Strickland, there's actually historical documents inside the Tennessee State Capitol of them arguing about the cost. The funny thing is now both men are buried here at the Tennessee State Capitol, and the ghost stories is that you hear these two old men bickering about the cost of the Tennessee State Capitol. If you want to learn more about the architecture and the stories of William Strickland and Samuel Morgan, you can take a free tour of the Tennessee State Capitol. If you remember earlier, I talked about a guy named Samuel Morgan. He was the treasurer for the state of Tennessee, and I am currently standing here at the southeast cornerstone of the building, and he is buried right here. The reason that Samuel Morgan is buried at the Tennessee State Capitol is because of his service to the state of Tennessee. If you're wondering who this statue is, this is Edward Carmack. He was in the House of Representatives in the late 1800s. And he was an editor for a local newspaper here in the city of Nashville. He was actually brutally shot for the controversial things that he wrote about in his newspaper. Right behind me is a statue of Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States. This is one of two statues. The only other one is in New Orleans, and this represents the Battle of New Orleans and the victory that Andrew Jackson, he was a general at the time, had during that battle. He was a very interesting president, and you can learn more about Andrew Jackson because he was actually the first president to come out of the state of Tennessee, but you can go over to the Hermitage, which is found in Hermitage, Tennessee, to learn all about Andrew Jackson. James K Polk and his wife Sarah are also buried here on the Tennessee State Capitol grounds. He actually died a few months after his presidency. He was president from 1845 to 1849, and he was the 11th president of the United States. During his presidency, he was known for acquiring a lot of land throughout the United States. His body has been moved several times since his passing, and the local controversy now is his family down in Columbia, Tennessee want to move James K Polk and his wife Sarah back down to Columbia, Tennessee. Another cool feature of the Tennessee State Capitol is of this statue of Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson was the 17th president of the United States, and he became president in 1865, right after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. He is the third president to come out of the state of Tennessee. I'm currently standing on the northeast cornerstone of the Tennessee State Capitol. This is where William Strickland, the grand architect of the building, was buried. He was the designer of this incredible building, and he actually died during the construction of the Tennessee State Capitol in 1854. So his nephew, he ended up taking over construction and finishing out the rest of the design. William Strickland is also known for designing the Tower of Independence Hall in Philadelphia. Right here to my left is my favorite statue on the Tennessee State Capitol grounds. This is of Alvin C York. He was a World War I hero, and him and a handful of men captured 132 Germans in 1918. Incredible story, and that's why they have this statue of Alvin C York. Right behind me is Bicentennial Mall State Park. That park was built to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the state of Tennessee. And I'm still on the Capitol grounds. The park is due north. I'm Stuart Deming with XPLR.NASH. Go follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for exploring with us.